Hi, it's Kassy with Kassy's Parlor and Grafix. We are going to make really fun votive holders for Valentine's Day. I've got a couple of clear votives and they're tapered, so I'm going to show you how to use those. And then I also had this really nice candle. Actually, it's a dollar store candle, so it's not that nice, but it's nice and tall. I like the neutral color in here, and I just wanted to wrap it and make it festive so I can use it as home decor. So we are going to use several different Grafix products today, and I'm just going to tell you what they are now, and then as we go through them, I will explain how we're using them. The first one is Wet Media DuraLar, and this is a pack, 12 pack, and they're 9 by 12 sheets, but they come in different sizes and rolls even. Okay, then we have black and white craft plastic, opaque craft plastic. I don't have the packaging for this, but it is just white and black opaque craft plastic, and that's from the DuraBrite line. We're going to be using some double tack mounting film to stick these onto our votives. Really great product. And then also some DuraLar two-sided matte film. And this is a pack of 25 sheets, and they're 11 by 14, but again, you can get this in a lot of different sizes, in a roll, all sorts of things. So that's what we're using today. We are also going to be using a gel plate to do some playing on here. The main things we're going to use for actually wrapping the votive candle holders will be the Wet Media DuraLar and the matte DuraLar. Okay, so I'm just going to get a sheet of each of those out. This Wet Media DuraLar, it has, it's clear, so it's it's hard to see when you're not actually just right in front of it. So for this video, and actually when I'm working even on my own, I keep this tissue paper that comes in between each sheet of the Wet Media DuraLar. I keep it behind there so I can see where my paper is, or where my my Wet Media DuraLar sheet is, and also so you can see it in the video. Okay, so it's just there for protection. When you're actually going to use your Wet Media DuraLar, you just take it away, remove it, and use it somewhere else. Don't throw it away. So I've got my Wet Media DuraLar, and then I'm also going to get a sheet of the matte DuraLar. Okay, and the only thing I did sort of ahead of time, I'm going to move this out of the way just so I've got some room to work here. The only thing I did ahead of time was make paper templates, and I highly recommend, if you are going to make votive candle holders, decorations like we're doing today, that you just get a blank piece of copy paper, just, computer printer paper, something really inexpensive, and make yourself a template so you know the exact measurements and way that it needs to go, so then you can cut it out of your actual material you're going to use and not waste any of it trying to figure out the right measurements and stuff. So, and I just measured first, and then I wrapped the paper around the candle just to make sure it fits the way I want it to. There's a teeny tiny overlap, which I'm okay with, and I did want it to go fully to the top and bottom. As you can see here, it's just mostly to the top and bottom. Okay, so this is the one we're going to do with the matte DuraLar, and I'll show you that. And then this one, because this is tapered, so it's wider at the top and slimmer at the bottom, you get a kind of a funky template here. And the way I made this was literally just taking a full piece of paper and wrapping it, and then once I had it wrapped, excuse me, then the paper sticks out of the top and the bottom. Then I took a pen or marker, pencil, whatever, and I just made a circle around the rim on either side, and then where it connects, and then I just cut that out. And that's all I did to make my template for the tapered one. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about measuring and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's just real simple, and that's it. Okay, so we have our templates. So the first thing I'm going to do before we start playing with the gel plate is actually cut out the pieces that we need to use from these templates. Okay, so let's do the matte DuraLar first. I'm just going to line this up, and I am going to draw. I think for this I would like to use like a pencil or something light so that I just get right on the edge of it. And I don't care if it's a straight line or not. I'm going to use my cutter for this. I just want a general outline. And I only need one of them. And then this is the wet media DuraLar, and I am going to cut 2 of these. Okay, so now I've got my pieces that we're actually going to decorate. I'm going to put them off to the side over here. And let's get the gel plate out. So I've got my scissors, and I really just want to cut out some hearts, and this is a big piece. So what I'm going to do, I want some little hearts. I'm sort of making my own stencil, really, out of this material. The white and black DuraBrite, which is also opaque craft plastic, is so great for so many things. But one of the things I really love to do, because it's so durable and it takes materials pretty well, paint especially, I like to make stencils out of it. So I'm just gonna make a heart. I like it when they're, you know, just really sort of hand done, primitive, doodly. That's a pretty good heart. So I just cut it, you know, fold it in half and cut half a heart, and that's how you get kind of an even heart. And that's kind of a bigger one. Let's try and get a smaller one. So I'd fold it this way and just do it again and just make a teeny tiny heart. I don't know if I'm capable of that. Let's see if I can do it. I can always make it smaller too. Oh, that's super cute. I like that. And what if we do one more? And I have another idea. So hold on. So see how I'm just using all these scraps here. I just keep on going, making super cute little hearts. Now this time, before I open it though, I think I want to make another heart inside of it so that we have like an outline heart and a mini heart all in one. What do you think? So let's see what we got here. So I've got a mini heart, cute, and then look at, I've got this one too. So that's adorable. So I'm going to put these up here for a minute. Those are my stencils that I've made with the DuraBrite, all on my own here, real quick in the moment, which I love because sometimes you just don't have the thing that you need and you want to make something. So on a gel plate, you can use acrylic ink or paint. You can use alcohol ink like we're going to do. You can use lots of different things. You can use like stamping ink. Definitely lots of opportunities and ways to play. I think I'm actually going to work on this side because the other side has a lot of acrylic ink or acrylic paint on it. And I want to work with alcohol ink today to show you how you can use it on these surfaces. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. And I've got a few different colors. These are T-Rex inks. Some of them are shimmery, some of them are regular, and then I have one gold metallic. I'm going to start with the lightest color, and I'm just going to put it here and there. And I'm going to kind of, I want to cover this whole gel plate because I do have a fairly large piece here, and whatever is extra will be just fine. So now what I want to do is put some hearts here and there. Okay, so, and maybe you know, if you're doing this, you might even want more hearts than this, but we're just going to play with this. So this is kind of, you know, if you think about it, how it's going to be on your piece. So I'm going to stick these down. And they should stay fairly well. All right, and so now they're going to be kind of a mask. And so now I'm going to take some medium red. So this lighter pink was called Dragon Fruit Pink. This one is called Shiraz Red. And I'm going to drip here and there. Okay. And then I've got some Red Alert. It's a slightly darker red. And I'm going to put even less of that, but I just want a little bit. Okay. And then I've got, I don't know if I'm going to use the gold or not. Let's just play with this first and see. All right, so I'm going to move. There we go. I don't care if it's everywhere. I like some of that pink showing through. And then I'm going to lift these hearts out of here. Let's see what we get. Ooh. It lifted the alcohol ink, didn't it? Ooh, but they're so pretty. Okay, so now actually before I do that, I think I'm going to put some pink back in here because I want those to have pink in them. I don't know if it's going to mess it up though. I think think they're going to kind of be there. Let's just see. This is fun. I love to play and just see what happens. So we're going to go right onto our, ooh, let me make sure I'm going the right way. Oh, this is the right way. Okay. So now I'm going to stick this down and let's just see what we get. We can always do more layers, and we can use the alcohol ink directly onto this. This is the matte DuraLar. So there's some bubbles in here right now. All right, and it's not getting everywhere, and that's okay too. Ooh, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Look at how cool this is. Wow, you can kind of see the hearts, but they're definitely a lot more subtle and in the background, but very, very cool. I'm really liking this. I'm going to keep going. I do want to do more to that, but I want to do something similar because I want these to be things that can be near each other, maybe in a decorative sort of setting. So here's what I want to do. I think I'm going to put more pink down, and I'm going to let the red that's already here stay. But for this one, since I'm doing the smaller votive, I'm doing the pink, okay? And let's roll that out so it's nice and even and all kind of spread out. Mixing with the red just a little bit. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to put gold. Ooh, that was a lot of gold. Okay, let's just move this around and see what happens. I don't really want it to be blobby like that, but that's okay. That's a lot of gold. Okay, so I think I'm going to come back with the pink. The beautiful thing about alcohol ink is that you just play until you're happy with what you've got, and then you go to town. So there, I like this. I think I like this. It's hard to know before you're really done, but it's going to be good. Okay, so now I think I'm just going to take some of these smaller hearts. I have an idea here. I'm going to show you. I'm just kind of holding it over so I see where it's going to be. Okay, and then, so here, I'm sorry, I want you to see what I'm doing. So I just put a couple hearts there, and this is going to kind of sit over like this, right? And then I'm going to put this piece of wet media DuraLar, and since it's clear, we get to really see all of it, right over and leave the hearts in place. So now I'm going to have negative space or clear space where those hearts are. And I'm just pressing down with my fingers, making sure I get good contact everywhere, especially around these hearts, so that the ink just kind of goes everywhere, okay? And again, it's going to be really kind of random. And oops, I went off the side here so I can pick some. Oh, look at how cute. Oh, I love how this turned out. Look at that. We've got some negative space there. And I have that edge is just bare. So I'm just going to dip this back in. There's no rules. You can just keep going. And I love, let me get the tissue. Actually, let's get a piece of white here so I can actually show you what it looks like because it's so pretty. And look at how quick and simple that is. And now, I mean, we can be done with this piece. You know, you can keep dipping it in if you want to add a little more gold over here, a little more whatever over here. But look at how pretty that is. And I love how it has the negative of the flowers, or I'm sorry, the heart. So then when we put this around the votive, those spots will shine through even more. And I love that the gold is kind of just interspersed throughout there. This one is beautiful. It's totally done, and I love it. And I'm really excited about it. And I kind of want to do the same thing with the other one, except I want to, so we reset our plate here, palette. But I want to do the other one, but I want to do it in the red. So I have a pink one and a red one. So let's do that. So I'm coming in with the lighter red, the Shiraz red. And I don't know how much darker this red alert is. Oh, it's got shimmer. I forgot about the shimmer. Oh, that's going to be really pretty. So I think it's a little bit darker and it has shimmer in it, okay? So we've got the regular red and then we have, oh, I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I get really excited about colors and sparkly things, so just bear with me here. Okay, so now we're going for red. It's going to be super pretty and there's some shimmer. And I'm just rolling off onto this piece and I'm going to use this and cut things out of it. You know, I can use it for a project later on, maybe if I want to make Valentine's cards to go with this or something. Definitely can do that. So now we've got the red with some shimmer, and I think I want a little bit of gold again. I'm going to try to just do little drips of gold. Here we go. Let's roll this around. Okay, and that red is starting to dry, so I'm going to put more of this red down and mix it with that gold again. Like I said, you just keep going until you're happy with what you've got, okay? So now we're going to take those hearts again and put them here, okay? And then we're going to take our other piece and we're going to go whoop right on top. Ooh, it's so pretty. I can tell already it's going to be gorgeous. So gorgeous. Yay. And having a red one and a pink one is nice. Now you could do them all similar, you know, if you want them to be a little bit more matchy. But I really kind of like having the two different colors here. It just gives you some... And you know what else would be pretty? If you did like a purple one, a teal one, maybe lime green or something. Just go a little bit non-standard with the... Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Woo! I'm going to get this corner and then I will get some white paper here to show you what we have got. It is gorgeous. Look at this. Let me just get up close here and show you. Look at all these little pockets and the little swirls and things going on. So I'm going to bring both of them in here to show you the difference. And this is the magic of alcohol ink. This is wet media DuraLar, but come on, like seriously, how amazing is this? Look at, they're different, but they're both beautiful and just really gorgeous. So these are going to wrap around our votives and be done. I mean, how simple and easy. I love simple, easy projects. Okay, so now let's get back to our matte DuraLar. I want to do this same technique. Now that I have, let's look at it here. So we've got a lot of red, right? So I think I want to introduce or bring back a little bit more pink and maybe some gold just to tie them together. So what I'm going to do first, since we've got a lot of red in here, I'm going to pull some of this color up. And the best way to do that is to just put a little bit more color down. Okay, seems counterproductive, but it does help. And move it around. It sort of reactivates what's underneath here. When you're working with alcohol ink, when you're working with acrylic paint, then you would use acrylic paint and do the same thing. And then I'm going to cover most of this. And I'm just going to use the sprayer because we're going on the opposite side of this. And this honestly is just going to be a fun working piece that I get to die cut out of or use in my journal, like I said before, use in all different ways. We're not going to use it for this project, but look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. And then you can just keep playing with this because it's alcohol ink. You can just keep going and going. So there's still some red here and that's great, but I want to add a little bit more pink. Okay? So I'm going to come back with this dragon fruit pink, but I also want some of this gold again, right? So let's just, I'm just kind of like tapping. I just want to sprinkle a little bit. I definitely don't want too much of that. And I'm going to move it around, okay, because it gets kind of splotchy. And then I'm going to take my pink and really like douse it and like kind of go everywhere. All right. Okay, here we go. This is so pretty. Okay, I can tell already I'm going to love this. Now I'm going to work kind of quickly, and I am using the big heart this time too. I'm going to put these down again. Whoops. And then I'm going to put this down. Let's make sure I have this the right way. And then we'll lift another time. We'll lift a second time. Ooh, so pretty. And now again, I've done the same technique as I did over here. So we're going to have the negative of those hearts. And I'm just squishing around the hearts. It looks kind of cool when you do it this way. That's fun. Okay, and then we're going to lift and see what we have. And then I'm going to fill in some of these edges because they're a little bit, they're lacking some. I think I put a little too much ink on here, but you can definitely see the hearts. Let's get a white piece of paper. Here we go. It just helps to see. Now this is a bit more subtle because we had color already there, but you can definitely see where those hearts are. But I do see a little bit of gold here and there, which I love. And yes, I'm loving this. So let me hit some of these edges a little bit so I can pick up some color there. All right. Oh, that looks so good. And then a little bit on the top here. That's what I love about using the gel plate, is you can just keep going until you're happy and you've got all the color and whatever you want, wherever you want it. And you just keep going and going until you're like, yep, okay, now I'm done. Oop, there we go. Look at this. How cool is that? And when it's totally dry, you can even take like a Posca pen or something, and I could outline those hearts, and I could add little X's and O's or do extra little things. But this is basically what we're going to work with. So let me clean up this mess and we will put them all together. I just want to show you, while I'm cleaning up all of this, I noticed that there are some really cool hearts here and some gold and like all the stuff left over. And there's a really fun, easy way to use this. And I want to put it on this black craft plastic. And maybe I'm going to make a card or something out of it later. But honestly, I love to use all of the things up and not waste anything. So I've got some white, titanium white fluid acrylic DecoArts paint here, okay? And yes, you can mix acrylic paint with the alcohol ink for pickup. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of this white paint. Now it's very thin, which is good for what we want here. You want a nice thin layer, and I'm going to go over this whole thing, okay? And I think I actually need a little bit more. It's pretty thin. But you want a nice, good, thin layer. And fairly even. You see how it's totally covered. Okay, and then I'm going to take this black craft plastic. We haven't really used it yet, and that's okay. I'm going to use it now. And because we have the white base, this should show up really nicely. So I'm just kind of rubbing around the edges and giving it a nice firm press. But it doesn't have to be too firm. Just a good amount of pressure just to help transfer that paint and alcohol ink to the surface. And so, okay, this is what I've got so far. Look at how great that looks on the black. I've got more though. I think I'm going to do it one more time and pull it up on the other side and see what we get. Actually, I think I'm going to try to pull this up on here and see what happens. Let's try that. That could be really cool. So let's get some more white paint. I tend to use too much. Okay, you want a nice thin layer. And then you're going to take your piece of paper or substrate, whatever you're using. Yep. All right, so we got more of this up here, but look at how cool that is. Oh my goodness. Imagine cutting this up and having this be a card front and then putting a card on top of it. Maybe I have to do another video just for that. Look at, there's still even more left over. So I'm going to stop here, but I just wanted to show you like how you can just keep reusing and reusing and keep going over. And so I definitely have a play with all of these and just see. And look at comparing the black craft plastic. I mean, look at how cool that is. I'm just going to get close. You really see all of the detail and the grunge and just the textures are so awesome on the black. I love using that on the black, and even on the white though. Check this out. Just give you a little bit closer view of it. It's just so fun. I can't help myself. I have too much fun. If I wanted to add just a little bit of doodling, like maybe I want to outline these hearts so they stand out a little bit more. You know, make it kind of doodly and playful. This alcohol ink is dried enough that I can do that now. I can add more hearts that weren't there, you know. I can add little X's and O's. anyway, you can do whatever you want. You see what I'm saying? This one I'm going to leave as it is, but that one I just wanted to show you. You can add more marks and do other things to it. So now, to stick those easily to our glass containers, we're going to use double tack mounting film, and I've got a sheet in here, and I might need 2 sheets. I probably will need 2 sheets. The thing I love about this double tack mounting film, it's basically just a sheet of adhesive on both sides, and it's got a protective cover on both sides so that you can cut it exactly to the size that you need, and then cut it out. You can die cut with this. You can do all sorts of stuff. So I get exactly what I need. Here we go. And this one I'll just cut with scissors. It doesn't need to be exact. And I'm going to cut inside the line. It's okay for me, I think, for this project if it's not exactly, you know, if it's not, if it doesn't have adhesive like completely edge to edge, it's still going to be fine. This is also really nice to use with the matte DuraLar and the wet media DuraLar because they're more see-through, kind of like vellum or acetate, you know, looking in their look. And it's hard to find adhesive that doesn't show through, you know. So it's really nice to use the double tack film for stuff like this. So you're just going to peel one side off. I'm going to keep it nice and flat on my surface here. And then I'm just going to I'm going to line up the edge. And the corners. Ooh, it's a little bit off. That's okay. And then just smooth it out. Now I've got my candle here. I'm going to peel off the backing. So now all the sticky stuff is just on my matte DuraLar. And I'm going to line this up. Now this is important for me to line this up right, to make sure that it is straight and goes all the way around nicely. And once it sticks, it's going to stick. So you just got to really be careful. Okay. So I'm just making sure it's as straight as I can get it. And then I'm going to roll it around. Make sure that one edge is really burnished on the bottom there. And just carefully go around. Now this is nice because it is just a straight circle. So I don't have to worry about the tapering or any of that. And I lined it up pretty well. It's a tiny bit off, but I don't mind. There we go. Look at this. So now we have the sweet candle, okay? And we've got beautiful Valentine's decoration around it. How cute is this? I love it so much. I can't wait to burn it in my house. There we go. There's the first one. Okay, next we're going to come back to our double tack mounting film. I think we can get one of these out of here. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so again, we're just going to peel up one side. When I'm doing this, I really like to just fold a corner and kind of like roll it a little bit, and that kind of loosens it up so that I can catch one of the sides and then peel it up. And I just like to peel it and go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that this is going to line up right now. Actually, I want the side, I want it to be this way. So I want the alcohol ink side to be underneath. So, because I don't want it to be, if it gets wet or something, you know, I don't want that to impact this. So I think, did I do this right? Okay, so I'm going to do this one first because of the way I peeled it. This alcohol ink is facing down, so it's going to stick onto the thing. So it's just going to protect that surface. So let me, since I do have a straight edge here to start with, I am going to try to work from that. I think that will be helpful. And, oh, it's so sticky. It's so good. All right, so now, here we go. This one is a little bit more, yeah. Oh, I did a pretty good job. Okay, it is a little bit over, but that's okay. Look at now. Oh, isn't that so sweet? I just love it. You could have added some splatter. You could do so much stuff. I just really want to show you the, you know, the technique and the style, and then you can go to town with it. Okay, you just really want to make sure that your top and bottom are staying lined up, and then you'll be good. It's getting off a little bit. That's okay, because I can just trim it. Okay, I did it. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so cute. I love it. Now, there's a little excess over the bottom. Actually, I think I will use a craft knife and just be careful. You know, I just need it to be able to sit on a table, and this craft knife is letting me cut right against the edge of the glass, and it gives me a perfect straight line. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so now let me show you up close. Look at how sweet this is. Now, I know that I want my alcohol ink on the bottom, so when I'm peeling this one up, I need to make sure that I'm peeling this side first so that I can line that up correctly. Okay, and of course it wants to peel the other way, so that's all right. You just got to make sure that it does what you want it to do. There we go. Okay, so now I've peeled that up. I like lining it up on the edge. That seems to be the easiest way for me. You find what works for you. Make sure your alcohol ink is face down into the sticky stuff, and you're going to be just fine. So now I found that it works best for me, at least, if I make sure the first inch or so of this top is lined up, because I know if this is lined up, then I'm probably going to be okay. And again, I've got a little bit extra on the bottom. I'm just going to take my craft knife. I find my starting point, and I'm just following the glass. So it's going to be a perfect cut. There's not going to be any lip. It's not going to hang over at all, because it's just a perfect cut there. And now it's perfectly tapered to the bottom. Little votive holder. Look at how darling and adorable. Look at that cute little heart. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about these. These are adorable. And like I said, they're super easy to make. You can make all different colors. You can make them for all the seasons. It doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day, but here we go. This is such a fun, easy project. Again, I'm going to show you one more time the products we use, just to make sure you have everything you need to make something fun. So we stuck it all down with the double tack mounting film, which is right there. And for the actual surfaces, if I get all my scraps out of the way here, we, for this larger candle, we used the two-sided matte film from DuraLar, and cut the template and did that. And then for these smaller ones that are see-through completely, we use the wet media film from DuraLar. So this one is just going to give you a more frosty, kind of translucent look, and when we light the candle, you'll be able to see through it, kind of. But this one really gives you a completely translucent look, so you can definitely see the candle inside, but you also have this really fun print on the outside. So there we go. I hope that this was fun for you today, and I hope that you make some of these and maybe share on social media so we can see the fun projects that you've made. I hope you found some inspiration today. If you want to learn more about Grafix products, go to graphicarts.com. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.